identical, but what was the outcome? So
well, basically,
Remember how bad it was.
the kid's getting a cheese sandwich for lunch. That's what he's getting because he can't afford it. He's got too much indebtedness towards the school. The kid gets bread, cheese, and bread. That's his lunch every day because that's what the story was about. How this kid was not able to, his family wasn't able to pay for the school lunch. The paperwork didn't go through right. The school is now basically giving him a cheese sandwich for lunch every day.
well, at least they're feeding him.
No, at least they're feeding. That's no food right there.
Well, because the paperwork wasn't done right. Why?
Well, but why are you punishing a child? Basically, you're punishing a child for something that's not his fault, nothing he can control about. If your family's poor, basically you're ostracizing
No,
the
the
kid.
kid should be getting it, but there was something wrong with the paperwork. Not
Right.
that he was turned down.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So why is he being punished with a cheese sandwich?
I'll buy his
That's
lunch.
a
Where
school
is he?
policy. A school policy here in North Carolina, I think it's in Buncombe County. I read, and cheese sandwiches are policy for kids who have charged the school lunch more than $5 or something. Okay, yeah, you know what? If a little kid is getting a cheese sandwich every day, you know how bad it's gonna screw a kid up. You know how ostracized you gotta be in a society of elementary school because you are poor. You're eating a cheese sandwich.
All the kids will call it McCheese, won't they?
Something. But the thing is, so I'm thinking, first of all, nutritionally, a cheese sandwich is not gonna get a kid through a day. It's not gonna get his brain going. You're hurting a kid. You are hurting a kid by enforcing this policy of no nutrition. Secondly, you're blaming a kid for something that he has no control over. This kid probably doesn't have a job. I bet he can't make his own money. I bet he can't make his own decisions legally. But yet you're going to punish him for something that's not right. It's not right. And I was like,
You should write a great big letter about that because it's wrong.
It is wrong. It's wrong. First of all, giving a person a cheese, why don't you slap him in the face? Because I think a slap in the face would be less offensive than a cheese sandwich. Yeah. And so,
Look at her.
yeah, I'm mad about it. I really am. That's bull.
Kick some butt.
So I was like, and it's like, and the principal wrote a letter in response to saying that a cheese is school policy. It's school policy for this, and I'm thinking.
And then there's those nurse and school Nazis. Got the TSA Nazis.
Oh no, everybody's a Nazi.
Transportation Nazis.
I thought this was a nice place to live.
Man, wow, I'm just wondering what happened to letting the kid eat.
Compassion.
Basically, why you gotta be a jerk?
Well, maybe he's not the only one. There's probably
Well, I can understand that maybe a kid would abuse that system, and therefore that's why he would get it. But you know what? You're better off just giving him nothing than a cheese sandwich. You gotta use discretion. This kid is, you gotta look at the situation. What's going on? Cheese sandwich ain't gonna do nothing for that boy, but ostracize him and mess him up.
Here.
Yes.
Lift your chair just a moment. There we go.
Get your fat butt off the cord.
It's a little less. I'll try that right now.
So I'm just curious about that. I mean, that's like, well, that's just rude. Basically, there's no compassion.
Well, I know most schools you get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if you don't have your lunch.
I'd rather have peanut butter and
At
jelly.
least that's somewhat nutritious. Like one piece of cheese and 2 pieces of bread. You're eating air, and God knows if you're actually getting any real
Probably
cheese.
no real cheese.
No.
Probably Velveeta. They
Or
kind
soy
of like,
cheese, or
what do you
vegetable
call
oil
it?
cheese.
Cheese? American cheese.
Yeah,
They call it
American cheese,
American
pasteurized.
cheese.
You-
That's just kind of like
Chemicals.
some sludge turned yellow
Basically,
and smushed.
there is
into a
real
flat
cheese that's
thing.
American cheese, but then there's that imitation American flavored cheese product.
There, I got my mic.
That's
Cheese
what everything
product.
sells. That's what it is now everywhere.
Cheese product.
Land O'Lakes, they're all the same. They're all pasteurized cheese products.
That's one thing the federal government does, I think, with the school lunch program. The stuff that they subsidize these kids is basically garbage. I mean, the nutritional quality of these foods is substandard for certain.
Do something about it, will you?
Well,
You're young,
you know,
you've got the energy.
Well, I'm not really yelling, but
It's not really
it's
young.
it's just disgusting because I grew up on that stuff. I know what it's like.
You
I know
weren't
what it
around when I graduated high school. You're young.
Well, I think in your day, didn't they have lunch ladies who would cook a meal from scratch?
No, back in our days, you brought a
brought
brick
your own lunch.
out of the fireplace to keep your lunch warm.
Hey,
Exactly.
and you walked uphill both ways, and that's fine.
Exactly.
And everything.
We
but-
walked to
Barefoot
school.
both ways.
We
We'd
walked
have
to school. It was about a mile.
10 miles.
And we did have a little old lady in there cooking lunch every day. And my favorite thing was they would make these desserts of these peanut butter balls. Most of the time I didn't like the food. In fact, the first meal I had was like navy beans and something And you know how navy beans have that little tiny on the end of it?
Yes.
Little tiny thing that looks like a worm.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't eat the navy beans. Threw up on the barrel.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
This was first grade or something?
First meal, first grade, yeah. I threw up. They took me out because I was too sensitive to be in school.
My, how you've changed.
They took me out and said she's too immature and too sensitive.
But in that movie, Super Size Me, they did that. They went to I think it was that movie. It might have been another television show I saw, but they went to a school where kids were having troubles with behavior and learning, and they cooked real food for them, and they noticed that their behavior improved because you actually got proper fuel for your body.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Proper food. Proper food.
We really did. We had hot food lunches every day, and I used to trade. Somebody else would bring a bologna sandwich, and I would trade my lunch for their bologna sandwich. Except I kept the peanut butter ball desserts.
I'd always hear that. Oh, my sister-in-law, the Italians, they would send them with these, hot sandwiches that smelled in their lockers, and they'd be mortified so the kids wouldn't eat them. Their mothers would make meatball Parmesan sandwiches instead of just
Meatball sandwiches,
and they
yeah.
just want like a bologna sandwich like everybody else. Or I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends that say this. My ex-husband, it's like she'd send him his spinach on a garlic roll to school. Like, do you really think your kid's gonna eat that? It's smelling up the whole locker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not if you have to bring it, but
That sounds really good right now. If somebody brought that to me, I wouldn't say
A
nothing
meatball
but thank
sandwich?
you. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you want to
right.
fit in. When you're a kid, you're so hung up on fitting
Yeah,
in.
well, I didn't have much of
I
that
didn't have that
anyways.
problem.
I didn't
I
really
really
fit in.
My mother wasn't a cook, so.
Yeah. I had my share of bologna sandwiches. That's why I don't eat bologna. Bologna sandwiches, man. No thanks. No.
Like Hellman's mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip.
Love it.
Nowadays, here in North Carolina, you have to have Duke's mayonnaise, and it is good mayonnaise.
I've had some, yeah.
Duke's mayonnaise.
Like
You go to the
little
grocery
salad.
store, it'll be cheaper than like Hellman's, but it's much better. It's good.
There we go. We're doing the roll on the Mad Scientist Tea Party.
I like that.
Have you not seen this? Did I do this while you were gone?
Yeah, I think. I think these are new.
Caffeine's a pretty good place, man. The other place
I see you
where-
there all the time.
Dude, I can go in there and play Xbox.
Yeah.
I go in there and relax. I can read. I can, and the people in it, the boss man, the owner, nice guy, good guy.
We're an extension of Anarchy Television right here. This is your public access. Come on down and have a little access.
Paying attention.
There's the address if you want to write me a
My
letter.
cheese song.
The cheese song.
Please don't serve me cheese.
I need something healthier. That kid's probably eating lobster for lunch now after that article. Right?
I hope so.
You want to hear some more irony? So I'm going up to get my physical. I gotta get a physical for a job. Go up to Sisters of Mercy Urgent Care. Nope, on the
Going up to
Don't eat
Sisters of Mercy.
The cheese, please.
read a note on the
Please
door
don't eat
that
the
says,
pizza, please.
if you come there on a weekend after 5
Unless it's
or on a
soy.
holiday, $35 extra right off the
I'm
top.
going up to Sisters of Mercy.
Where's the mercy
Urgent
charge
care.
$35 for coming after 5
Got the
o'clock?
cheese song.
It's gonna cost me
I
$35.
want an answer. I want one of these sisters to tell me.
You start
Where's the mercy
writing.
in that?
Start writing.
Where's the-
Sisters
where's
of
the- I wanna
Mercy
know,
is
man,
the
where's the
merciful
mercy?
after
Don't eat the
hours.
government
They don't give a
cheese.
shit that you're working.
No.
I've been stopped up for days with
Don't ask
mercy.
the government cheese
This is
either.
right.
I've been stopped up for 3 months now on government cheese. I need some help. Give me some mercy, mercy. Oh, mercy, mercy.
Wait. I think there's some tea in there.
Sister, give me some mercy.
She ain't giving you no mercy. She's just taking 35 more of your dollars. Is what she's doing.
Sis,
No.
unmerciful
She's punishing
sister.
you for working.
You have to be
No, she's
punished
punishing you for being poor.
Oh.
Why you go there
and
during the day.
working and having to work
Because
and
you have
having
to go after
working
work,
hours.
right?
Yeah, either or.
Do you work? Or, no, yeah, you work. You
So
don't just
yeah,
hang out in the
there's
coffee shop all day like I do you?
I
You
wish.
need to go on your lunch hour.
Sisters of Mercy Nazis.
No, I can't.
Well, you got this whole Nazi
Not-
fetish.
that's Nazis of mercy.
I'm just putting it. It's a
It's
leitmotif
just-
of the program
That was
today.
chemical
Today's
compounds of
Nazi
cheese.
program.
Today's Nazi day.
Let's look it up.
It's a leitmotif
I don't
in
think
the
we'll
program.
find it in that one.
No.
I thought about that when we were talking about it, but I didn't do it because I didn't think it'd be in there. Yeah, the chemical compounds
What can you
So did you read the list? Did you read the messages on the list today?
on the list.
You mean
The brouhaha,
The brouhaha.
the grits, and
You know what? Honestly, I don't know.
Have you been reading the
I
brouhaha?
haven't been reading
I
it.
chimed in.
I chimed
You
in, but I
did.
didn't know
You
lots
did.
of it.
I haven't chimed in. You mean?
Oh, what
which-
chimed in?
Oh, you wrote?
I'm probably kicked off by now.
Oh my God!
Jeez.
Oh my
Wait,
God!
that reminds me. Can I make an announcement?
Yeah,
yeah.
announcements.
Oh,
We
Grits
always
and
did some good
cheese.
announcements.
No, it's no.
So-
I said, oh, geez, not cheese.
Sort of lean
Come by your
lean into your
Thanksgiving
microphone. Lean into your
If
microphone.
anyone's listening, out
Lean
there,
into your microphone there.
Well, I gotta lead it. I gotta
Lean
lean
it-
that I'm what,
yeah.
talking to
Oh.
the ear.
Okay. Yeah.
How's that? Is
Sure.
that better?
Well, sure. You want to do that? Go ahead.
This is straight. I'm talking to a plate.
Okay.
Not that have never done that before, but
Right.
there will be a URTV newsletter coming out shortly,
There
and
you
it is
go.
a video newsletter.
Right on.
And what I'm putting together, and anyone who wants to help, your help is welcome. What I'm looking for is 3-minute clips from any producers, if you're producing the show, or a little thing that I can read, and we'll put it out on the air and produce a monthly URTV promo newsletter.
Right.
That's great.
Right. So let me tell. So John, Big John, who's doing the Pleasure Saucer, which hasn't aired yet, I don't think, but is getting ready to maybe. And he needs to give you a 3-minute clip
Yeah.
of the new show coming out, the Pleasure Saucer. So anybody who knows John, pass the word along. Tell John to get a clip to this guy
Yeah.
right here to do that.
So that's what's in the works, and I hope to have the first one out. Very short, as soon as I do all the paperwork and stuff. But
Okay.
and then every month it'll be a monthly thing. So
Great idea.
every month we can play it on replays too. So it'll be airing and please send me your stuff.
We have
It's
several.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a chance to tell people, hey,
This is what you
look
do.
what I made.
We have several things we'd like to announce right now for this month and next month. The certification classes are
And the
all
graduates.
they're all half price.
Yeah,
and
certification
this is
class all-
so that makes it really dirt cheap. And this is the time. Run down here and sign up.
I signed up for the Studio A for December.
I'm doing
Have
it
you never done
before.
Studio A?
No.
Oh well, you'll be my student.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
you've been my
Oh,
student
I can-
before.
I can give you a hard time.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, like you wouldn't have done that anyhow. I don't even know you, and I think that's
No,
not
she's
happening.
a good student. Well, wait a minute, I take that back.
I'm a good student too, but I'm also a pain.
She
I will also bust the teacher's chops.
So
She-
and
yeah.
I have an announcement.
she'll be a
I
real
have an
good
announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, she's got an announcement.
all right. Announce.
Don Imus is coming back December 3rd. Yay!
Oh no.
Oh yeah, on another net.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on RFD
Of
TV
course.
Network, the
Okay.
Rural
RFD
Free
TV.
Delivery Network.
He's gonna be on the
Simulcast.
farm channel.
Yes. I'm so happy.
Okay.
That's where he belongs.
It's
on
the farm
channel.
the farm channel. That's good. No, that's good.
No, he used
really-
to say on his program, he used to say that was the best network on TV.
I know that's what I was going to say. That really matches Don Imus more.
It does.
I think
It
he'll feel
actually
more at
does.
home
I
there.
think so.
I'm
Yeah,
absolutely.
with the donkeys and cows and pigs.
You know what? He was really playing in the wrong game with the people that he was working with and all that. It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was a different. They were a different.
Yeah,
kind
but
of,
he was like one of the 5 most powerful men in the country at one time, several years ago.
Yeah.
And he had all those politicos just
And he
dying to be on his program.
and he may not achieve that again, but from his new
That's
pulpit,
okay.
so to speak. Yeah, but yeah,
With power, there's problems.
he was in with a bunch of
I'm
big
finding
city
that out.
guys, and he wasn't a big city guy. You know what I mean? It's-
well, he was uncomfortable in that.
That's
thing.
a power
It,
problem.
it was a
As soon as you start
mismatch.
doing
It
something,
was a
you're being
mismatch.
out
I
there,
think it's
everyone has
perfect.
something
So my
to say.
favorite
That's what I'm
curmudgeon is
getting
coming
at.
back on
Well, you know
TV.
what?
I'm very happy.
I just
I
never
think
listened.
you know.
Alright, well,
I'm,
Like, say whatever you
I just do
like.
what
I
I'm
don't care.
I like and dislike Don Imus. You know, so that's
Well, you
it's
know,
just-
some things you had to put up with, like he was on the fan radio station. So they had to have all this jock talk, which basically is what got him into trouble.
Right.
And you had to kind of sit through the jock talk to hear the good music that he always presented,
Yeah.
excellent music. And, you know, he's definitely not perfect, let's put it that way.
Right.
But he was my favorite
Who's
early morning
perfect? That
program.
doesn't
Right, but he
exist.
didn't hold back on whatever he wanted to say. That's
He was
true.
Yeah.
fairly
Exactly.
honest.
That's right.
A fairly honest,
Right.
you know, what you saw was what you got.
Right, and he didn't say anything that anybody sitting at this table might not say
right,
too.
Exactly.
You know.
Let's all say it at the same time.
Nappy-headed.
No thanks.
I've
man.
got a nappy-headed dog.
Do you?
If I say something like that, I know people are gonna know me. I'm gonna get my,
You brought your dog
get my
in
tail
here.
whipped.
You know?
My mother would
I
never
brought
let
mine
me say
for a
nothing like that and
visit.
get
They
away with
didn't
it.
bark. They were good. They
She
were
brought
actually
her
good
dogs,
little
and they
TV
were
dogs.
sweet. They were sweet dogs, very kind.
No, I think
Now,
he
okay, my
did well.
cousin, my friend Justin has. Okay, what country is the Dalai Lama from? So, Tibet. He's got a Tibetan lap dog. What's the name of it? Do you know what is a Tibetan?
Lahaspo?
Is that right?
Lapso?
Yeah, like what she said.
Yeah, the little like.
Lapso,
they look
lapso.
like-
Lapso.
It's
They look like little little brooms without
Yeah,
sticks.
little
yeah.
little
They're
mops.
Little mops.
fluffy
Little
they're,
mops.
they're,
dogs.
little, they're little mops, but they're long like a weenie dog, but they're not round like a weenie dog. They're
long, elongated,
they're
and
long.
fluffy.
I got a
They're
lab
long
chow.
hair.
They're long little
Like that
mops.
Dutch
I
mop.
hate Dutch ones, man.
My
Long
dog's
little
got a
dust
big
mops.
lab head,
They just are
squatty
irritating
little
me.
body, and a chow tongue.
Wow, that's.
But this is a
combo.
nice
Yeah.
dog. This is a good dog. He's
I like my roommate's dog. It's about as old as the hills. It stinks to high heavens, and when she lays down, she's got like a little fat wrinkle outline around her whole body. But
Like
she
a little
loves
puddle.
me.
Like
She
a little
loves.
puddle hanging out.
Puddle.
Yeah, she's loving. She's a very good dog.
She's just a puddle of fat.
Yeah.
Basically, well, no, she's more like soft, watery felt.
I have 2 Chihuahuas, and I won first prize at 2 places for
Really?
the Halloween contest.
Wow.
Yeah, what'd you dress him up as?
Rich lady and her maid.
Oh, I love it.
And the building. Yeah, I did a
Could
whole
have been
little.
like a Sarah, but she's half.
Did you do like so
Little
little
chihuahua.
costumes?
Yeah, we had a little French maid costume, and the other one with the little rich lady, and I had a whole little fur coat and a picture of the Biltmore, of course.
Oh, I love it.
That helped.
I love it.
Little China
I should have just
set.
got me like a little
We
purse
made
dressed up as Paris Hilton.
$300.
Put the little
That was
chihuahua in the
good.
bag.
That was
I'll
made,
dress them up at $300.
Put a little Paris Hilton in the
that's
back.
made it all worthwhall.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
There we go. Put a little Paris
I
Hilton
do
in
it
the
for
bag.
my.
Put a,
couldn't
put a
use
little
that.
chihuahua and put a little Paris Hilton in the bag.
Hey.
Paris Hilton chihuahua.
That's good. They even sell Paris Hilton clothes. They call
I wish
the
they'd stop.
Chihuahuas now at this little store.
I'm
I
sorry.
bet they
That
cost
whole-
a bunch
that
too,
whole
don't
thing
they?
kills
Yeah,
me.
$50 for a
Celebrity
little
kills
thing.
me.
Crazy.
There's a chihuahua. I know a chihuahua
creepy.
named Powder. It lives
Paris
upstairs
Hilton is
over me,
creepy looking.
and he has a bigger wardrobe maybe than I do.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's because we have so many channels on TV now and so many networks that they have to fill it up with something. And so we get all this celebrity BS that matters. That nothing matters.
When I was doing, I did stand up one time, and I think Nicole Simpson had just died, and I was like, she's dead. She's been dead a week. If she comes back to life, that's a news story. Otherwise, shut up. It's entirely too much. When something happened, OJ, nothing but the OJ.
Well, if he hadn't have been a Heisman Trophy winner
Right.
and the hero of all these people, it might not have been the big story that it
Michael
was.
Jackson's still in the
But
news.
it's like,
Well, that's what sells
Neverland just got
papers.
sold, I
It's
think.
not the good news; it's the bad news. People love it.
See,
Unfortunately,
if it
What it
means-
is it's
People need to life.
it's diversionary news, so that
It's
You're-
media sedation.
if everyone's putting their energy out and discussing these trinkets, so to speak,
Real things.
then
don't get
nobody's
talked
watching what's really going on.
There
you
you
know?
go.
It's subterfuge, man. Totally.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's media sedation.
that's why we have Anarchy TV.
That's
With all 5 viewers.
and good tea.
And
No,
very
more,
good.
more than
Actually,
5
where I
people.
come
Last time
from-
I offered
Actually,
a
we
pizza,
might have more than
people
5
called
viewers,
in,
but I'm
so.
not sure.
Where I come from,
Yeah.
we had about 5 viewers. Unless
We have
you're a
we
college
have more
student.
than, we don't have more than 5 viewers. Do you know that I now have a rerun at night? Have a repeat?
Oh,
at
yeah,
night?
2
I've
o'clock in the
seen
morning.
it on the
There it
schedule,
is.
yes.
Did you saw it?
Yeah, I love
You're rerunning.
Because if you missed the tea party, you could just stay up late and watch it.
That's right. So and I have
You drink entirely too much tea, get the caffeine.
I have
jitters.
have an audience I've never had
I take a
before.
nap in between.
All the insomniacs,
Really?
all the
All the
insomniacs in town are
insomniacs.
watching now. Yeah, And so I see them at the 24-hour coffee shop, all the insomniacs. Now I walk in, they know who I am.
Do they run it at the coffee shop?
No. We're
should.
working on it. Well,
That's
they don't seem to know how to turn their TV on anymore. I don't know what that's about. There's a TV sitting there. It's been sitting there all along. Yeah, there's a TV. You have no.
Absolutely, they should be running the tea party.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing the show like as if no one's watching. And every time I walk, somebody has seen it. Like a whole group.
All of
one
my
day, they all
neighbors-
sat there talking about it.
About half of my neighbors say, I saw you on that tea party, or I saw you doing that flower
Yeah, they
show,
do.
I
My
saw
daughter's
you."
teacher saw
And
her
I
in
really,
school.
I love
She
that
was on
gumbo
Wow.
you made.
Right,
You know?
the flower show is great.
Man, you can make some gumbo. You got
I'm
it.
telling people are watching because I'm thinking nobody's watching.
make a
Everywhere I
gumbo,
go,
I'll
it's
come
like,
to your
oh, we
house
need to
and
talk to you about your
What you
show.
think
And this
of my
and this and
sound?
critic.
Of your sign.
Sound.
Jonathan,
I'm not sure about
was
the
out the other
sound.
night, he was
I'm
saying,
not-
you
I'm
know,
not
someone
sure. Is it
recognized
good?
him From the
I
PSA,
I think
dude,
it
you
still
know,
could be
and
better.
that's
I did.
awesome.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I went and upped all the volume on the
I
whole
was
thing
drunk as hell and I was
from
flipping
that
through the
original
channels and
one.
I
So
seen
I mean,
your
but I had to
ugly
push
bug.
it all the
seen
way
that.
I
up
want to say hi.
for some reason. You know, on
Oh.
my on
the doctor.
Oh, on the
that's
editing?
Final Cut,
Yeah.
editing, I had to push all the lines
wrecked
all the
them.
way up to the
Something-
top.
Something that
Oh, no,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
I have noticed is
This
editing
facility,
on
your TV,
the Macintosh systems.
can say
It seems
that,
like
you
the
know,
volume
I'm
always
watching
comes
it,
out low,
and
unless you
I love
push
it
everything
because
up all the
I've
way.
gotten
And if you
to
push
experience
everything up,
That might be
and if you push
Macintosh.
if you push everything up all the way, it seems to come out normal. Does it seem that way to you?
Yeah, it seems like
Right.
it's normal,
the,
not too high, but I would have thought
some
if
of
you
the
pushed it
ceremonies
all the
that
way
I've
to the
seen,
top
you know,
You mean
of the scale, it would
killing
be
us.
off the chart, but it seems to be
I would have
normal.
never,
Right,
yeah,
that's
never
what it
seen
seems to be.
half the bands
So I don't know why it doesn't, when you turn it on, why it doesn't come on already all to the top. But anyway,
Phenomenal, you know?
yeah,
Oh,
that-
there's something
Political
weird
views,
going
whether
on
we're
there.
weird or not.
Something
Right,
definitely
just
weird
hearing
going on
them.
there, and I don't
You
know
know,
what it
and
is.
like John said, you know, like sometimes the only time I get to see TV is 2 a.m, and
Mhm.
there it is, you know, or in a rerun, or you know, great
Dude,
documentaries.
You mean
have
you don't
been
watch
on.
Skinamax like everybody else?
No, I don't have that.
Skin Max.
Skinamax.
Skinamax. I've never even heard of it.
Cinemax.
But you know, I mean that it's a phenomenal you know, phenomenal resource to you know, share your stuff with the community. You get, you know.
Does anybody have any more
The Tea
announcements?
Party. I've met so many people in this Tea
I'm
Party
awesome.
that I never
I'm
would have
done.
met. You know,
Yeah.
or even, you know, and the roller
The Roller Girls.
The roller girls. That
You'd have
day?
never
I
met
wish
them.
I'd had a block and had a check.
I want to meet the roller girls. I'm
They were
so
awesome.
upset that I
That's
missed
why
that.
he's here. He came for the roller girls.
All right,
baby.
Roller Girls, do you hear that? You need to come back
Roller
on.
Now, where
babies.
are they performing?
I wanna
Where do
meet
they
you.
perform?
They
Chief Running Gag was on.
they
Running gag, nice, nice.
they have their competitions down where the old raceway used to be in the.
Oh, I've been there.
Don't-
I roller
don't
blade.
Well.
that park, yeah.
Well, they roller skate down
Oh, yeah?
there.
That's funny.
So that's where they are,
Awesome.
at some
Mhm.
sort of
You know where-
racetrack around town.
You know
Uh-huh.
where it is? I'll tell you how to get there.
Down
It's
on
not
the
easy
down
to
on the
find.
river.
Right.
Oh, down off Amboy Road down
Yep.
there?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Used to be an Amboy Road.
It's a great place for bike riding.
Yeah, there used to be the Amboy Dukes band too.
Remember
Yeah.
Amboy
Yeah.
Dukes? You remember that band? I remember that band. I met those guys
hey,
in that
whoa,
band.
It's 6 o'clock.
Way back in the
I
day.
gotta get out,
I
man. Hey, John, thanks for the tea.
Oh,
I have to.
Are you ready?
I'm
Alright.
late now.
Oh, are you? What you got to do? Go to work?
No, I gotta go to supper.
Oh, okay.
Supper's ready. Trust me.
All right.
If you
good.
knew what I was having for supper, yes, you would definitely be there. I gotta give everyone lots of credit.
All right. Well, thank you so much for dropping by the
Well,
tea
nice
party.
to meet you.
And do come back, and I'm sure I'll see you at the coffee
You need a wine
shop.
opener? Cheese grater?
Bye. Nice to meet you. Good luck. I'll see you again.
Actually, what we were doing with that grater is
Nutmeg?
he's trying to.
Isn't
Oh,
it over?
I'm
Aren't you
sorry.
off?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
Nice to
Aren't you
meet
off the
you.
air?
Oh no, that's channel 20 right there. When you see
I
that,
know. That
we're
when it
on.
goes off. But aren't you off at 6? Or no?
No, 7
Today's-
today.
today's
Oh,
seven.
really?
You go to 7, Today, but you're not on the shot. Now, if you'll lean up and put your elbows on the table, you'll be
No,
on
but
the
I have
shot.
to go home too.
have
I
to go
I
back?
escaped. I have to figure out.
But see what happens if you put your elbows on the table. See, you're in the shot. See?
Okay.
Now I'm not.
Oh, wait, my head can block your head. I got a big head.
Who's that can block each head?
Okay, all right, that's good. This is the portion. This can be the portion in the show. Y'all don't know, but we're listening to some very very mellow Bach in the background here.
I hear drums.
Oh, that's from
Bass.
another room.
Okay.
Now, what does this little monitor over here on the side do?
It's the new little monitor.
I like that very
I
much.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
very cool.
and
looking.
it's whatever is on here is, in this particular configuration, is also what's going out on the air.
Okay.
You see that one that's blinking and has obviously got a problem and has to go back to the factory for being the third one we've returned. And you may notice it's the same.
So well, maybe it's something in the wiring going to that one.
I don't think so. We've
It
changed.
was
We've changed the
before-
wire.
It was blinking long before the new one came in.
Yeah. So anyway,
have a
this
code?
this is looking at the output of the record deck. So what's going on here is record.
It's like delayed.
But
Check it out.
we have to the menu on the record deck comes up on the screen. It's an on-screen menu, and it's so
Move my hand.
small that when it's up there you can't tell what it's saying and
It's
what
like a
you're
2-second
doing.
delay.
So you have to have it here.
Weird.
Yeah, right. You have to have it here in order to
yeah.
read what you're doing. Right. Well, we make
I'm gonna
use
stop that because
we make use of that. You see.
They're gonna think you're
Bye.
slow.
Well, the delay
Wait,
he's
wait.
talking about. Oh dear.
my first experience at office email,
Mm.
you know, and because
That's
it's so
how we
quick,
do that.
you know, so the director's
That's done. That's done
office
with the.
was outside of my office and then
yeah,
down one
okay.
office, you know. So I'd send him an email, run out of my office, and go to his office, you know. And I go, "You get my email?" He goes, "No." I said, "I beat it, didn't I?" Yeah. Here's the memo.
That's what he did all day, and then he goes, "And guess what? You're fired because that's all you've been doing all day."
No, he had a good sense of humor, luckily, you know. But
Did you put it on delay?
He-
2 second.
he wasn't too happy when it was a big conference center, you know, and when Noah was there, you know, I'd go up to the PA and then I'd punch in, you know, entire area. And it was a 50-acre estate and the mics would go everywhere. And, you know, I'd play a little and you know, and he drove up one day, you know, we didn't have any guests, you know, and he was like, "Heard you playing out there down by Cottage C," you know.
Uh-oh. Caught. No escaping. So do you think there's hope for my CD or no? My DVD?
Oh, let's talk about it.
Okay. It's a download trailer of a movie.
We have two there.
Well, I have the same.
Okay, they're identical.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is
So I
this
downloaded
was downloaded from
right.
the internet,
Mhm.
from
Well, there's on a few,
YouTube?
right. Well, he's got a trailer, and it could be .mov or what else? There's two different movie
Wave.
trailers. Wave, I think.
.wave or .mov.
Right.
Okay.
So I've tried with both of them, and I was trying to get it on my computer to make a DVD to bring it in to play tomorrow night.
And
he
you're-
gave me permission to use it.
and your computer is a PC.
Yeah, and it plays on Windows Media Player, and it played on his computer out front.
Right.
But I can't get it to play as a DVD.
You need to convert it to a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That may be difficult. Sometimes it's not, and sometimes it is.
Now,
But
I'm
you know,
wondering if I
Randy converted
I'm
from a
guessing-
DVD to wave
Is
for
this
me.
is this Wave or what? Are these AVI files?
Yeah,
Who?
that's
AV.
the whole problem is to convert it to the same language that
right.
they'll accept it here.
I know.
Okay,
So,
if this is an AVI
So is it-
file,
it's an
I
authoring-
can take it home and convert it for you. If my
That's an
computer
authoring problem.
continues
It's
to,
not
to
authoring.
operate properly for me.
DVD
Do you have my
format.
phone number?
no.
Okay, because you're going to need to
Randy
call me
converted
and
DVD
talk to me
files for me to
after.
Wave and AVI.
Are you on to?
Right.
No, you're not
Yeah,
on.
that's a lot
Tomorrow
easier.
night.
Actually.
Oh, is it?
I
Right,
wanted
yeah.
to use that tomorrow night, but
After my class is over, after I get home, sometime like midnight or 11 o'clock or midnight or something like that, you need to call me and remind me to make a DVD for you.
okay.
Okay.
Now I'm wondering if I can download it as
Okay.
a different file. I'm
Okay.
trying.
Well, I'm trying to ask you what you have. Do you have Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah.
Okay. You may be able to import it into Windows Movie Maker. What are you running? XP? Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. You may be able to import this into Windows Movie Maker and then make a DVD from there.
Okay.
Or do you have Nero?
I have Sonic. Is that one?
I don't know.
I think. Yeah, I do. I've had.
You
I
have a
been able to
DVD.
take
You have a
TV
DVD.
show.
You have a DVD burner.
Yes,
on
and
your
I have been
computer.
able to take a TV show and turn it into a DVD.
Okay. And
But-
what program did you do that on?
I think my Sonic.
Okay. Have you tried this on Sonic?
Yeah, it won't read it.
Okay.
So I obviously didn't download it right.
Okay. Well, it may. And I may
Okay.
not be able to read it
That's
either.
okay. I know I can try, but I want to try myself when I go home again. I mean, I could call the guy. He's local and say, "Could you just give me a DVD of it?"
That might be your best bet. No, seriously, he may have it already ready, and and he just has to rip you one.
I know.
That would
well,
be
I sent him an email, but I didn't hear back.
That would be very likely, as a matter of fact, but I don't know.
You didn't give me one of those cards ever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't have one of those fancy cards.
Yeah, fancy
That's
cards.
all right.
These are the free cards.
Now, if you run over there, you could probably beat your email.
You can have as many as you want. Do you want more than one? You want?
I'm pissed.
Here, have two.
Pretty cool,
Will that
John.
make you happier?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want another one? Will that make you any happier? You can have one more. I think.
Wow.
Maybe.
I'm over it.
Okay.
I just have like
They were
I
cheap.
don't have lingering anger.
You see what they say, don't you? The top left-hand corner.
Budget protections. Call me if you've got one.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
That means call me if you've got a budget, not a production.
That's great.
Obviously a production, but one with a budget, right?
This is a great looking card, John,
Yeah, it
by the
is.
way.
Oh yeah, well they're free. You have to pay the shipping on them.
You have the back of the card. Yeah.
The company that makes them advertises on the back, so you get your card for free. And they advertise on the back.
Oh wow. Because I think I ordered mine from Vista Print. I didn't know that. I paid, but they're so inexpensive anyhow. But it's
Yeah.
even better free.
Right. You have to pay the shipping. Except it's kind of high shipping. For
I think you should also have a John 3:16 Blackwell.
There's already a John 16.
Well, but you need a John 3:16.
Why is that?
It's a biblical
Oh, it
biblical
is. Look at
verse.
that.
John 3:16.
Now we're getting into religion.
Is it in that book?
No.
No, because he's John 1, but he's
Right.
also John 23.
I was thinking if I get
John 1 Blackwell.
If I get in trouble, I was thinking about that today. I was amusing myself with thinking about a scenario whereas I get in trouble and where the religious right, for instance, is on me about something, and I'm going and I'm there to defend something I've said or done on the show, and I'm like, okay, to begin with, I'll say, did you not notice that I opened the show up with St. Matthew's Passion? Will somebody please tell this guy what that story is about and leave me alone?
And I am John 3:16.
Oh, you are?
No, you are.
Yeah, you are.
That's your second line.
I'm not going to be that. But.
Well, I do have to go. I left my phone in the car, everything, my pocketbook. I was just running in here for a minute. So I'm
Is that
glad.
true?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Okay,
for
well, I've
coming
got
to
that.
the
I've got
show.
that in my
This is
pocket,
great,
and
yeah.
if I remember to do it, I'll throw it in
know.
my. I've got to remember to take it out of my pocket, though. That's the problem.
You might send him an
I tell you what.
email
Hang
to
on. Let
remind
me
you.
run and put it in my truck now. Oh, wait a minute. I have somewhere. I
You
have.
want me to stick it in your truck?
No, over there I have a hoodie. Let me put it in the pocket of my hoodie, and that should hopefully get it to my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I'll work on it and see if I can do it. Ooh, neat. Here we go.
Ooh, I love that. Psychedelic.
I'm really good with my hands.
Psychedelic.
Look.
There's a lot of hands there.
A lot of it.
How about that?
I can multitask.
Yes.
I wish I could do that.
Now that's what
You
we should
can't? Why not?
Multitasking.
That's a Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising.
Woo.
do.
I'm
Wow.
I'm a Sagittarius, and we're impatient people, and I have all these Pisces people in my life who are
Well, it squares
very
them,
trying,
challenging.
very
Yes.
trying people that I love dearly, but they try me.
You know what's interesting? Just from looking at her, she's probably a Pisces rising, and that's more her personality. Because you look just like one. Your rising sun is with the time you're born, the exact moment, what's on the horizon is really
Oh, that's
what
really
your
your
sign. I mean, what you come across as is the disguise you wear. But you look like a Pisces rising.
Now what does
I
that
have
one
a
say?
lot of them in
Return,
my
This
life.
is Return of the Magi.
Return of the Magi.
Yes. It's a movie, an astrology movie that's coming out in May. And this is the
Does-
trailer
does-
for it.
Does it have to do with the three wise men?
Of course.
Does it have to do with like three stars all in a row pointing at a particular star?
No, it's really just talking about astrology
Okay.
and how it's real and how people shouldn't disc it and blah, blah, blah. It discusses it. It's all, a lot of famous astrologers are being interviewed. Historians that talk about different things that have happened in the past that have to do with astrology and the planets and all that good stuff.
Well, welcome to Asheville.
Thank you.
And there are a bunch of nice people here.
Oh my
although
gosh.
We do have our fair share of not so nice ones.
I haven't had that.
How
I
long have
mean,
you been here?
since June, but I was
Cool.
in New York all summer, so I really have only been here 2 months, couple of months. But just crossing the street. I mean,
It's much nicer
they even
here about
stop
that.
on green lights and they say, "Go ahead, go." I'm in the
Okay.
city when I just
Yeah,
moved here.
that's when you know that you're
In
living
Florida,
in a
they run
nice
you down
city.
when you have the green light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In New York, if you're walking
thing.
across the street with
Oh,
a
don't
cane
you?
like
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to have to do because
They'll blow their
I had a
horn.
bad ankle, they try to run over you. They
Yeah.
speed up.
No, here, the minute you're near the crosswalk, they stop the car. I mean, I found that. It's very nice. And I
And
have
they'll
Rather
let you
than hit,
pull out
rather
when
than
it's
hit you, they
trafficy.
actually stop the car.
no,
when
they
it's-
stop at a green and they say, "Go ahead, go." When they have the green light.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
What's
and,
that? Yeah, I do that
and
all
they
the
let
time.
you into
Yeah.
traffic. They let you
Yes.
into traffic
What's the rush?
whenever, you know.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it's amazing because you come from that. I mean, I come from, and I get into the stores now, and it's like, I mean, I've learned not to talk to anybody when I'm in a hurry because they would tell you their life story, and it's like I'll order cold cuts, and the kids, and I like to chat, and all of a sudden they stop. I'm like, can't you do both?
What?
Can't you just slice
What?
the meat and talk to me?
What I
And
find-
they're like, well then, my brothers,
Yeah.
uncles. I'm not making fun, but it's I've learned.
I know. I was buying some meat the other day at this place, and this young kid said, "Do you ever use fresh pasta?" And I said, "Did you ask me if I use fresh pasta?"
Uh-huh.
And he says, "Yeah. Where can I get some fresh pasta around here?"
He's
He just
asking you?
moved down
He
from New
thinks you-
York.
Oh, really?
Oh, at the tailgate market, there's a guy there with fresh
yeah.
pasta.
I said, "Well, look around. I know I've seen some around, but we don't have a lot here."
No,
at this
usually
point,
you
'cause
have to make your own.
It's a little too small of a city, but
Mhm.
used to be in New Orleans, I could get it all over the place.
Oh wow! So it'll start, I'm sure.
Yeah, mostly you have to make your own fresh
But
pasta.
that was just an example of some
I'm sure
kid,
it
you
is.
know, serving
Right,
you meat and
searching.
saying, "Where can I get some fresh pasta?"
See now, there's somebody who could write to the number and say they wanted to be an underwriter for my show. Somebody that has fresh pasta
Yeah.
could underwrite the
There's
show.
lots of people who want fresh
Yeah.
pasta.
That's right.
Yeah, people want fresh
Well,
pasta.
I have a
people want.
sister-in-law who makes it, and we just got to drag her here from New York.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
I tried making it one time, and it's a pain to make.
Oh.
It's real time
So,
consuming.
Right, she
Yeah.
makes her own
So they
ravioli.
make it.
Oh my
Oh
Yeah,
my
I used to do
God.
that. I don't do it anymore all the time.
It's
I know.
time consuming.
That is.
No, I
Make,
just-
make
love
those little
that. Yeah,
tortellinis.
yeah.
Fill them
Right.
with little pieces
Yep.
of cheese.
Yeah,
and
That's
stuff.
good though. Mm.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
so
it's
they
good,
melt in your
but-
mouth. Oh, it's
It is
good, isn't it?
Fresh for God.
You
Oh,
just get a
all of
little
it.
tortellini, so filled with
Mhm.
something good is good.
It's good. It is funny though, but I have learned just I'm never I can't. It's like okay, not in a hurry. Even when you get a repairman here, they take their time. They get it.
I mean, I just moved here from just down the road in Winston-Salem to here. Of course, like I say, I'd lived in Miami, I'd lived in New York, and I'd lived in Atlanta and stuff like that too. But I'd lived in Winston-Salem. But when I came here, I mean, I had to really slow down. I lived on an island off the coast, and I had to slow down.
Right.
Hey, Randini, come,
Hey,
come
Rick,
join
yeah.
us.
I love it. I like.
How are you?
Doing good.
Are you feeling good?
When I first moved,
Well,
you know,
well, good. Would you like
same
to
thing,
come
go out,
sit?
go out and get a loaf of bread, you know.
Is
So I
it-
go to
is that
town,
gas
get a loaf
gone?
of bread.
Huh?
Mhm.
Is that gas going?
That-
I wouldn't
that
be back
guest
for
is
6
gone.
years because
You might want, if you
someone-
want some
Let's
tea,
do it.
you'll have to
Let's
grab
go.
a
Let's go.
thing.
What are you doing?
I would
All right.
recommend the
Yeah,
little
the
teapot.
house.
Dude, it was awesome.
Before you, would you
I
grab
loved it.
Brand? I'll do it.
Teacup,
Never
I
mind.
got it.
I'll
Hey,
do it.
here's a big cup. Can you use
No,
that?
he don't want that.
Yeah, no, this is what he
That's the
needs.
one he wants.
No, he don't want that one
Welcome
either.
to our country.
We've already discussed that. It'd be hard to drink out of.
What is
I'll find-
mind spilling yourself?
Are you leaving that mug here for Don? What are you
Tonight's Ugly Betty night. Well, I'll see you again. I'll be here tomorrow night.
Well, welcome
The
to
show's at 6.
Asheville.
Thank you. I love it.
Thanks
I
for
love
doing
it.
a show here.
No. Well, I just ran into someone who was doing it. I didn't know what. She's like, I need an astrologer. I'm like, all right. And that's it. It just happened like that. That is very friendly people. It was really nice to meet you. I'm going to probably do the same class in December.
Yeah. Oh, well, so I'll see you there.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, good luck with my DVD, because otherwise it's me talking for an hour if I don't have this.
Well, don't you
But I
know?
have the gift
You
of
worked
gab.
on it
I'm
yourself,
gonna work on
okay?
it. No, I know. I
Of course,
am.
I don't.
I know.
I make no guarantees.
I know.
I'm gonna have to see what's there when I get it home
It
and
doesn't
open
have
it
to
up.
happen tonight. You can attempt it tomorrow. Or no, tomorrow's a busy day.
It is.
Yeah. Well, if I get it, I'll call you to say don't even bother. Okay.
Well, do call me anyway.
will.
Just but call me and remind me. That's what you probably
All right.
want. Yeah. See if that's right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Happy tea party. Okay, kids, I'm in the car really.
And
I
it's
just ran
it's
out
been
to
sitting
get
there a long time,
groceries.
so it's probably it
Nice
might
to
be
meet you.
horrible.
Bye.
Mom will come home and
Everybody
feed us.
leaves when I
Uh-oh.
get here.
We
What
just
did I do?
I don't know.
Ran them all off,
I
didn't I?
guess.
So, how was your Brazilian trip?
It was pretty good.
Tell us about Brazil. We haven't heard.
Oh, Lord.
The people work really hard there and long hours, and they're all dying to come to America.
Oh.
A lot of them are.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, I want to come to America. America's so wonderful. We love America.
Yeah. Well, how was Brazil?
That's what I'm saying. They
Was
want-
Brazil
they all-
wonderful or not?
Yeah. Except you get ready to come home. You get ready to come home pretty quickly.
Okay.
But we're going back next June.
Okay.
And then we're going down to Buenos Aires, disentangoing.
That's funny that all those Brazilians say they want to come to America.
It's
and
very refreshing to
the-
hear that. And also when you start hearing, like I ran into a guy who is living in LA who was from Brazil.
Is it okay? Good.
And talking about why America is so much better than Brazil, even though he had decided he was going to try to move back to Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Went back there and was there for 2 months, and he says, it's impossible. Because I think really it's transitioning from a plutocratic society where you have like a wealthy class and a lot of workers.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's just at the beginning of transitioning from that, because it's been a democracy for about 10 or 12 years.
Mhm.
So it's got a long way to go.
Still developing in that way, yeah.
So if you were there and you're very wealthy and you're part of the ruling class, you're in a very good position. But if you're one of the worker bees, you want to get out of there so that you can do your own thing, because it's tied up, like business is tied up. That was his point.
Well, see, this
you
country
can't go
is-
there and start a business.
This country
like
is
you can
becoming
here.
that way, though.
They're trying to push it that way. Yeah, that's the problem.
We got to
is,
watch that.
let's have a bunch of rich people, just a few rich people, and a whole bunch of worker bees.
There'll be no line if America keeps going the way it is. You'll either be dead rich or you'll be dead poor.
Right. Well, yeah, and this is not this is not wise for the country, and I'll tell you why. If you put all of the wealth in the hands of the very few, well, yes, then they're very mighty, and they can their corporation can compete with corporations